we add new buildings like our garage here, which means less ground to absorb the rainwater and more roof surface to shed it, well, the town requires that we deal with the runoff. And Roger, that explains the massive hole that is now in our backyard.
Yeah, it's 8 feet wide and 7 feet deep, and it's an engineered trench for us to control water. We removed 100 yards of material to prep this hole. Once we had it down that deep, we put down the fabric on the sides, and in the bottom we're putting in a foot of stone to lay these galleys or dry wells on.
This is the galley right here, this tank coming in?
This is the main part of the system. There's going to be 8 of those set in per the engineer's spec, and they'll all lock up together, and then we'll do a couple other things to control the rest of the water.
And how long is this trench?
36 feet.
That's a big hole.
Yep. So these concrete bins are open in the middle. The water goes inside and then slowly drains down into the ground.
And are they piped together, or are they just sort of?
No, they're just sort of meshed together. They don't have to be watertight, so if a little water comes out, it's not going to make any difference.
Right.
We want the water to come out. Each one of these galleys will hold 300 gallons of water, so we're looking at 2,400 gallons just in the galleys alone.
Right.
But with the stone that's here, it's going to even hold more water than that.
And so this is underneath the driveway, so obviously they're built to be able to drive a car over this area when it's filled.
Right, this is what's called H20, or heavy duty tank, so you can drive over.
Right.
And you can see also there's a clean out in the top. There's going to be, to make sure if debris gets in there, we can take it away.
This is a lot of engineering. What does this thing cost?
This is a lot of engineering and a lot of work, and it's probably going to be about $25,000 by the time we're done.
Well, that's unbelievable. And obviously not a surprise to the homeowners, right?
No, this was all figured right from the get-go in the beginning, because you can't get a building permit without doing this work.
You pull a permit, they tell you got to do this. So he's starting with a little bit of the backfill, huh?
Right, he wants to start from the back and work his way out as he's setting the galleys. Kevin, this fabric you see all the way around the edge is a soil separator. What it does, it keeps all the fines that are in the soil from getting into the stone and all the voids we have inside it.
You essentially don't want this system to clog up.
No.
It's amazing to think, Roger, that, I mean, prior to this, they used to just use the gutters from the house and the sewers in the street, and now, I mean, look at all this engineering.
Yeah, and the engineering took into consideration a lot of things. Number one was they did a perk test to test the soil to see how fast the water would go through it. Number two is impervious surface. You got a roof you got to take into calculations, and the driveway, and all that water that runs off of that, you got to control it. So they figure this system for a 100-year storm. Now, in a 100-year storm, you're going to get 9 inches of rain over 24 hours.
Holy mackerel, that's an insane amount of water.
Well, with all the tanks in, Jimmy can now start backfilling them. He's going to take and backfill them all the way to the top and up about a foot above the tank. But he's still got some other stuff to do. He's got to cut the driveway, put in a trench drain that'll tie in there, and collect that downspout and run it in from the house.
A lot of work, right?
A lot of work.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.